Hey, Josh.
Sarah Bailey.
I have nothing.
Episode 23, Funny in Theory.
We are 23. Michael Jordan.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm Joshua Will. That was my...
Do it again. You sound like a cartoon character.
Should I answer the phone and ask Jim Robinson why he's calling in the middle of a podcast?
Big Jim Robinson. He's called before in the other podcast.
Hey, Jim.
Hello.
Hey, we're doing a podcast right now and we're recording you.
Oh, wow. All right.
So
what's it about?
Well, it just started.
Okay.
So we don't know yet.
Go Saints. I'll talk to you later then.
Bye.
Our first call-in.
Hey,
Yay.
I'm Joshua Will.
I'm Sierra.
Sarah Bailey was just about to tell me a story about why she rolls down windows for strangers
No.
at gas stations.
Okay. This was, I want to say it was Friday morning, over a week ago. Little over a week ago. I had to stop and get gas, and I also wanted to get a car wash because I was like, there's going to be no line at 6 a.m. On my way to the ballpark to get a car wash. So I get my gas, and I'm about ready to go in the car wash, but there's a truck blocking the entrance to the car wash. No one's inside the truck. I see someone, this is off of like White Bear Avenue on 94, or like the Holiday, I think it was the Holiday. And like, I see someone who looked like they picked up a big box in the middle of White Bear Avenue, which is right next to the gas station. I was like, maybe it's his truck. Maybe something fell off. He had to go get it. Okay, great. But then he proceeds to walk past this truck, and I was like, well, maybe it's not his. Is it some guy inside getting like a coffee or something? Because now this is starting to tick me off. I've been waiting for around 4 minutes, which in like theory, 4 minutes is not that long, but when you have no idea when this car is going to move or anything, it's like, I got to get to my workout. What is going on right now? I want to get my stupid car washed.
Plus, it goes against your plan of I'm going early and there's going to be no one here.
So this guy and this other guy stop. The one who had to throw away this box, he comes back. I'm like, okay, so it is his truck. But him and another guy converse with each other, like right in front of my car. And I was like, oh, they're probably with each other. And so then the guy who did not have the box but was just walking came up to my car, and I thought he was going to tell me why the truck was in the way and sorry, we're about to move it. No. He asked he goes, I'm going to go inside and get a breakfast sandwich. Can I get a ride into town with you when I'm done? AKA, I think he meant St. Paul. I mean, we're like a 4-minute drive, but I was like, no, I'm trying to get my car washed. I'm so sorry. Like, he was homeless, and there's a part of me that feels bad, but honestly, I just didn't feel safe in the situation. I'm not driving someone I don't know. Tater was like growling at him, like, what are you going to do? Silly small dog. But I was just like, I felt bad because it was cold, but also, I don't know. You just hear stories about stuff like that, and I didn't want to.
Yeah, I've given rides to strangers before. This would be like in Hudson, Wisconsin and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. But the dad in me, as he was saying, I'm going to go inside and get a breakfast sandwich. Can I get a ride? Was like, did he ever offer you, can I get you a ding dong? Can I get you a coffee? Can I get you a...
Well, I thought he was going to ask for money, which I don't have cash in the first place. But it was just like, no, apparently he has cash. He doesn't want to spend that cash on taking the bus into town. He needs that breakfast sandwich. Which, dude, I hear you. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Yeah, sometimes you need that fake Egg McMuffin to get the day going.
God.
When I bring my son to his swim team lessons or practice.
Swim team?
Swim team.
Okay.
By the way, 14 hours I spent at a swim meet on Saturday.
Oh.
And there's a good thing that came out of this.
Your nostrils are so clean from smelling chlorine the whole time?
Well, we had a mask up. So when I wasn't announcing, or I had to announce through the mask.
Wait, you were announcing?
Yep, and I'll talk about that in a second.
Are you gonna add this to your resume?
But there's only one real way to get to the aquatic facility without going way out of your way for my house.
Okay.
And there's one stoplight where someone will come out and then with an old rag get your windshield.
Wow, really?
And
People do that actually?
Yeah, and the whole time you're like, If I don't make eye contact, maybe he doesn't know I'm here.
Does
like
he
you're
know
not driving.
it's like frozen time? That shit will.
This has been going.
Sorry.
This has been going on for a
freeze
month.
to your windshield.
Yeah. And the whole time I would first go, no, I don't want this.
Well, maybe if you do the hand signs like this, maybe he's like, oh, he wants me to do a double time.
Oh yeah, let me go faster. And it's like
Wax on, wax off.
And I'm not going to give him money, and then now I pretend to ignore him. Well, I am ignoring him and not pretending. But there's no way, like, I can't go anywhere because I'm in a car. So it's like, oh, what do I do? And then he gives you a dirty look when he's done because he did such a great 15-second job.
I know. Don't you hate that? You're like, I feel bad, but also I didn't ask you to do that.
No.
And you're in my way.
And it's just, it's really awkward. Not only that, but when you're going in and out of traffic,
Yeah.
it just, I don't want him to.
Man, the cojones on some
Cojones.
on some people.
Yeah.
Like they just think the world stops for them. And I applaud them. They should be salespeople in life. Those are the people that should have jobs.
Exactly.
Like, you could sell anything then. Because you don't have any, like, there are people that are good salespeople. They don't have that in their body to where they're like, I'm terrified I'm wasting your time. Like, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want you to think like bad thoughts about me on the inside. So I hate it. There are some people like, why wouldn't you want to talk to me? Why wouldn't you want me to do your windows? I don't know. I get, good for them.
Good story for you after the podcast, but I can't get into that now. But we're going to go back to the swim meet. And one of the things I really appreciate about this job is how it's completely changed my attitude towards.
So it's an actual job. Oh, this job.
My job.
I thought you meant announcing
Hi,
the
I'm
swim meet.
Joshua Will, Director of Entertainment here at the St. Paul Saints.
Just working on my voice over a microphone in the off season.
No, we have to, as parents, we have to volunteer. So there's people that check in, that run the hospitality room. There's timers.
Okay.
And early on, when my son joined, they're like, we need an announcer for the season. I'm like, and no one was going to do it. I was like, I have a little experience on a microphone. And then it was very funny that I don't tell anyone what I
do. You make a Speedo joke about depends?
not for the 14-year-old boys.
Oh, okay.
No, that gets a little weird. And I did this with this previous swim team as well. And I'll get on the mic and they'll give me notes that I need to say to the crowd, or I'll read. And every time someone's like, wow, you're really good at this. And the whole time I'm thinking, I'm just reading. I'm just being me.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, this is actually, I guess, a skill that has kind of developed. Whether or not I'm good or not is not the point. It's just like, it doesn't even occur to me that, wow, this is what I do. So that's
right.
I always find that really exciting. There's a phrase, the show must go on in theater and
I've
all
never heard that.
types of life. And
I'm sorry.
what I know now, particularly being with the Saints and knowing that we can mess up at any time, or that we talked about instantly being judged and getting over it. This went well, this didn't. I do a Christmas show every year with the Irish Dance Company in town, and there's a song I do which is a real fast laced. Do you know the song REM? It's the end of the world as we know it.
It's the end.
Yep.
So I like that, right?
Yeah. So I rewrote the lyrics for Christmas.
Okay.
And so it basically just goes, and it's fast. It's like 10 o'clock Christmas Eve, kiddies, I'm not going to sleep, toss and turn, heartburn, listen to your stomach turn, wake up in the early morning, church-going song, singing, every kitty dressed great, often us, we're never late. And I whip these out in about 3 minutes. But during the song, there's a part where they throw glitter over my head. And I was like, 10 o'clock. And I was like, so you can hit me, and I was like, hold on. And I put my hands up, and I turned around to the band, I'm like, stop. And I put my head to the side and I went, and one piece of glitter, you could see it in the light, just comes down. And
Oh my God.
and it was either that old me, like, the show must go on. I'm going to plow through this. I'm going to choke and then vomit on stage. Or I'm going to everyone knows what happened.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to pretend it
Did
didn't.
people giggle?
Oh, yes. It was very, very funny. And the band itself was like, oh, okay.
Oh my God.
And here we go. And it was like, and that 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I may not have ever done. I would have just pretended it never happened because, this is the show. It's like, no, this actually happened. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm going to
that's
stop.
funnier.
And it was hysterical the whole time.
Man.
It was honestly one tiny little piece of glitter.
I mean, well, I'm thinking of glitter is like the stuff you sprinkle. Was
Yeah.
it just like the confetti?
No, it was actual. So before they're like,
So do you get glittery when you're done then? Like when they toss it
yes,
over you?
because they're like, I play this kind of, I sent you a picture. I play Grinch beforehand,
Yeah.
and so I play this Grinch character. They take my mask off, and then they sprinkle this over my head to see what Christmas is all about, to get into the spirit, the Christmas magic.
Okay.
And this one just happened to go straight into my throat. So
That's what...
I hope we're considering that for the game. I think a whole game of That's What She Said.
I know. I think it'd be funnier where you guys just didn't even know where I was in the crowd. Just randomly, you'll hear a microphone get turned on. That's what she said. But you probably won't hear it because Andy wouldn't know that he's supposed to turn that mic on. Guys, I'm getting feedback from a microphone.
We just gotta let because I would just every time it happens, I would love to have an intern with a bell just ding.
Yeah.
And at the end of the night, how many That's What She Said did we get in? 842, and I bet 841 of them would have been perfect. Just
I agree.
just fit it in. Perfectly.
Another one.
Yep, there we go. Okay, so last week I told you about a Canadian player who had cancer on his
You
neck.
sure did.
And and then listening or watching, Joey picked out a perfect clip last week of me talking about the cat, and then you ended it by saying that cat doesn't know shit. And I must have watched that 10 times in a row. Just a perfect bleep, perfect laugh. And so this came up on my news feed
I
today.
stand by that, though.
You know,
I get animals are intuitive, but I mean, if that guy is trying to claim that cat is that intuitive, maybe with their owner, sure, but like with just random people.
just a random person, yeah.
No, he wanted a spot to nuzzle his furry body on.
So
Did you have a shirt on?
No,
That's... I'm sorry.
because I had the needles in me.
I know, that's what I was thinking. Oh my God. Are you ever going to go back there?
I will, I think, if I need to, because, again, the slow stretching is really worth it.
Yeah.
And this will flare up occasionally. That's my shoulder I'm tapping, by the way. But so between the cat and the weird news item last week, this came up today, and I'm just hoping it sparks something. But I'm just going to show you from across here. It's a picture of a goldfish,
Should I read it?
Nope.
Oh.
Scientists taught goldfish to drive, and it turns out they're pretty good at it.
Why?
And then a computer camera, electric motors, and Omni wheels give the fish control over the vehicles. And my favorite part about it is, surprisingly, it doesn't take the fish a long time to learn how to drive the vehicle. They're confused at first. They don't know what's going on. And then take a look at this picture, because it says something along the lines of, the researcher prepares a goldfish for driving.
What? What?
Now
Why?
look at this picture.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't...
It's basically a goldfish wrapped in a tortilla in 2 rubber gloves, holding it in front of something. And they say,
This is real.
this is real.
Why?
They ran out of science
I
stuff
love
to
how
do.
they're like, a goldfish, he's confused in the beginning. Like, have you ever seen a goldfish in like a little Goldie home?
Yeah.
Do you ever think, wow, he looks super confused?
No, they're just-
No, they're just there.
So one day they're put behind a Tesla.
And you're like,
what?
oh, wow, he went cross-eyed. Like,
But I mean, this.
so is that just for self-driving cars then?
I never read the article because I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me, because apparently the fish learned how to, if it swerved, the vehicle or the small little cart it was on would swerve as well. And I thought either this is a really lucky goldfish or there's someone behind a curtain with like a remote control messing with all the scientists.
Oh, so it's like a goldfish-sized car? Fun size?
I think so, yeah. So
Oh.
as opposed to like
So as-
blocking you in a car wash.
So wait, as the goldfish's body moves, the car moves with it.
They have sensors.
Okay, well, that's the little difference. Like the fish is like,
They didn't make
let
little
me
fish,
drive.
Little fish steering
Yeah.
wheel. Like, hold on, I'm going to change this to KDWB here first. Fish has its fin out the window, like cigarette going on, driving homeless people into St. Paul.
Man.
So that's
All right.
that's our news item for today.
Okay.
How
It's a good one.
Let's get to baseball here. How is the promo schedule coming along now that we're
I
2 months ahead of?
Halting it.
You're halting it.
Because I keep getting Saints employees and their reps from other partners asking for dates and themes, and there's literally no point for me to make a schedule now because it's going to change 77 more times before. So I gave everyone a deadline, end of January,
All right.
and then so early February I can put something together because we have to get it approved by MILB. send it to them so it can be ready for tickets on sale mid-February.
This isn't the best term, but I can't think of another one. But do you find there are a lot more hoops in terms of this needs to be approved and this needs to be okayed before the next level? How is it different than when we were with the American Association?
Well, this is the first year MILB has had you send in your schedule beforehand, and it's not so they can tell you like, oh, don't do that promotion. They're looking for like IP infringement, like you're calling your night Top Gun night. That's technically like you're not allowed to do that. So, I mean, before we probably would have gotten away because what are the people, whoever created Top Gun or owns the rights, they're not going to be like, wonder if there's another minor league baseball team using this. So they promoting a night, like whatever. But now they're just making sure that they don't get slapped on the hand for something that all their teams are doing.
Okay, so they're kind of...
So it's just looking at like things like that and being like, oh, you might want to stay clear of this, or no, everything looks good to go.
Do you think we have all games filled, or are there still quite a few gaps?
I think I should be able to fill all.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are we in terms of staff interviews and positions for the full-time interns and the game days?
We're second round interviews for the interns.
Okay.
Game days interviews start tomorrow, actually.
Oh, very cool.
I
Okay.
feel like I've spent this entire off season just interviewing people and telling and selling everybody what the Saints brand is with a smile.
Any other stories about people not wearing ties or not dressing up or not knowing what the Saints actually are or do?
Not really, because I haven't had a ton of interviews since then, like I have, but no. By now, the second round interviews, they have a pretty good idea. If they agreed to a second round, they understood at least a little bit of what they'd be getting themselves into.
Okay. Before the holidays, when we had kind of our promo meetings and then our creative meetings, you and I would come in and do a podcast and say, we're really excited. This is going to be a really fun year. How do you feel now?
Do I feel excited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure. I'm ready
By the way,
for
we're
baseball season.
We're doing this on a Monday afternoon as opposed to a Monday morning.
I know. I just had stir fry. That was lunch today.
That was lunch. Okay.
Some jasmine rice.
My son was
Broccoli,
watching
chicken.
a YouTube video, and they were talking about chicken wings, and they were talking about what their favorite chicken wings are. My son loves spice, loves chicken wings.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, can you get BW3 for dinner tonight?
BW3?
Buffalo Wild
Oh,
Wings.
that's what you guys call it?
And that's what he asked for. I'm not. That's
Oh, so my generation, we call it B-dubs.
B-dubs.
Yeah.
I just call it Buffalo Wild Wings.
BW3, is that a Gen Z thing?
I have no idea.
That's
I
so
don't-
funny.
Yo,
I
can
tried, I tried emailing them, prospecting to be a partner last week. I have not heard back. Shocking.
So I went in and got some, and then my wife was like, hey, can you order something else? I'd like a burger or something. Oh, okay. So I'm at the takeout, and after 12 minutes, no one has acknowledged me, even though, because they're on the phone and they're doing, the game's on, blah, blah, blah.
The Vikings or last night?
They have 1,000 TVs with
Right.
1,000 different games, so I just know that Tampa was playing. And
Oh.
so I was like, you know what? I called another restaurant by our house and did takeout from them because...
What if they already made your food?
Well, it doesn't matter because I was going to pick it up and then pick up the burger on the way home rather than have now wait 12 minutes and wait another 12 minutes for that burger to come out of Buffalo Wild. And the whole time I'm like, I've worked in the industry.
Yeah.
I'm never going to get mad.
You can, but you can be understand. You can be understanding or like not. I don't know. That's the wrong word to say. Since you've worked in the industry,
Little
I feel like
empathetic.
you can be empathetic, but you also can be a little judgy. Like, I know I wasn't perfect with all my tables, but it's always that no matter how busy you are, did they ever tell you this? Like, you should always stop by your table within the first minute, even if you're not ready to take their drink order or anything yet.
Absolutely.
Just stop in and say, hey guys, I got to go do a couple of things, but I'll be right back with you. At least you've talked to them then, and it puts them more at ease versus if you haven't been to their table in 5 minutes, they're like, where's our server?
Yep. This was takeout. I walked in, ordered.
So I feel
from the
like
blah,
I
blah,
don't.
blah, but
Yeah.
no, and they
BW3.
They looked frazzled, and I was like, I don't even want to deal with this. And
Maybe they were down a worker or two.
It could have been. It was just.
It's a Sunday. I don't.
mass
Yeah.
mandate. Not going to get mad, but like passive aggressive. I'm going someplace else.
Yeah.
Because that's the way I am. I have.
You don't want my money.
You don't want my money. Okay, I've got Cards Against Humanity here, which is probably inappropriate for most
I was
of our
gonna say-
audience. Oh.
NSWF.
NSWF. That's it.
No, the other way around.
NSFW.
Yeah. Not safe work fun. Wait, 4.
We have a seventh.
Anyways,
seventh
I think I do
listener.
better at these in the morning.
A 7th listener for our Oddcast.
A 7th?
My buddy Pete listened. He liked the idea of the cannon. Remember, I told you about Sun Country, maybe 3 different air cannons shooting something out. Someone has a fish head. He goes, I have a great idea.
Does he have a cannon?
He doesn't have a cannon.
Oh.
But he's like, remember those old army men that you would have a parachute? You would throw it up and the parachute would come out and then float down? This may have been a more...
Not really, but kind of.
He goes,
Were they like little green things?
Little green things. And they had plastic strings and a plastic parachute. You'd throw them up, throw them out of a tree, and they'd float down. And that was the fun we had when we were kids. He's
Yeah.
like, but that would be kind of neat to shoot them out and then see 3 parachutes coming down. Again, visually, I think that's very cool. And again, if you wanted to say, here's a $20 voucher, $50 voucher, but again, just taking it to that next level, which might have been fun. So I said I would bring that up. But I'm more happy about having a 7th listener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, Pete, this one's for you. All right.
Thanks, Petey.
And so far, I've got my friend Big Jim Robinson and Pete on this
I
podcast.
know. When
Just
do
giving
I get to bring
shout-outs.
someone?
Well, he tried to get in your car to St. Paul, and he wanted to come to the podcast
Oh.
and just sit here and eat his like McMuffin while he was watching you.
Well, it wouldn't have been a McMuffin, whatever the holiday version.
Okay, so I'm going to read some of these.
Probably just got a hot dog from the little rotisserie thing.
I stopped at not Super America, Speedway on the way in, and I really love cheddar wurst, and they don't sell them there anymore. So it's
Oh.
just hot dogs and those weird chorito things.
The harar.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
harar. I'm going to read these things. I want them to apply to either Saints staff, Saints office, or anything on CHS Field. See if they register a story or you just have a funny answer for it.
Uh-oh.
Okay? Dude, do not go into that bathroom. There's blank in there.
Do I have to answer it?
Yeah. See if it sparks anything.
Well, Sparky immediately, the first word, Gina Cray. She says dude a lot.
Dude.
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 That's what she said. Dude. Bales.
Do not go in that bathroom. There's blank in there.
Which is funny because Gina, oh my gosh. Okay. We're not even talking bathroom. I'm changing it already.
That's all I'm trying.
When I go up for like in-person interviews, she will always give me the look because you shake their hand hello and she'll like give me a look, or she'll send me a G-chat before I go upstairs like, don't shake their hands. They just sneezed in them. Like she'll totally, because they sit right in front of her waiting, she'll always tell me that. Or like if I've already shook it and trying to walk them back, she'll like give me the eyes as in like, you should wash your hands now that you touched his or hers. But that's like, just reminds me of that.
Just sanitizing while you're talking to them.
Oh gosh.
I was kind of hoping you were going to go for like, so Gina sits at the front desk,
Yeah.
Basically above the offices here. And so she would see them before anyone else.
Yeah.
And I was hoping she's like, just taking down notes, like was on the phone, was unprofessional, was blah, blah, blah. And then
She does sometimes, like, and tells me about stuff
the
like
eyes,
that.
the eyes.
And that's fine if they're on the
Yeah.
phone, but like she's done like, this person doesn't seem smart. Or one time she was so mad. This was years ago. The girl had really curly hair and it did look a little unkempt, but she's like, girl needs to find herself a hairbrush before she interviews. And I'm not trying, like, Gina's only trying to help, honestly. And
Yeah.
she's not wrong with some of these things she says. It's very funny.
Well, it's good to know.
Yeah. What did it say about the bathroom? What's a blank in the bathroom? Don't
Oh.
go in there.
Don't go in the bathroom. There's blank in there.
Moldy buns. PSC moldy buns.
Yes. I have always warned people, and I was worried about this. Sometimes we'll have promotions where I'll get covered in flour or covered in blah, blah, blah. So I'll go in and I'll wash my face.
Blah, blah, blah.
But I will make sure to keep my eyes and my mouth closed because I thought all the water was recycled here at CHS Field, and it's only in the outfield. You're not supposed to drink it because it's not filtered.
Curtis has signs up. Do not drink the water.
Yep.
It's
But
so gross.
For some reason, I figured it was all the toilets and all the sinks.
Yeah,
in
I
there.
think it's just funny because he puts them on like the toilets. It's like, who the hell is going to drink the toilet water?
Maybe the dogs during, the
Dog
anything
day?
on leash, or when the llamas walk around, or
Yeah, we should get those llamas back.
I loved those
I
llamas.
did like those llamas a lot. A lot of llamas.
I tried to explain when we had the llamas and they were playing llama baseball, which is basically just a llama parade.
Yeah, essentially it was them running their llamas around homemade base path.
But it was just surrounded by strangers and surrounded by llamas. And
So
then
much chaos going on.
reading each name, and each one had a, did it have an attribute? Like,
I don't remember.
this is Sunny. She likes to read.
She can drive a car.
Drive a car. There's a go to the,
Confused at first, but
well, I got that.
0 to 60. Gosh. And I love how they're like, we saved the speediest one for last. And it's like, is that llama the speediest? Or is that trainer actually the fastest of all the other kids running the llamas around?
That was like king or queen llama. She's like, he knows what's going on. I'm like, well, it should lead then instead of, I'm not going to tell them to.
Good stuff.
It's, I was thinking about this too.
Shout out to Deb.
Yeah.
Thanks, Deb, for bringing them.
There are some will bring guests in who are completely self-sufficient. They know what needs to be done. They tell us, and they kind of stay out of the way. 501st, when they come in with the Star Wars people, are beautiful with that. They just kind of take care of everything, do their thing, and when they're done at the end of the night, they leave. Every once in a while, we get someone who will call us continually. Not quite
Back
sure
to
what's
the
going
future
on.
guy.
Back to I was going to go with feeding goat guy.
Him too.
Yeah, and it's just
He still tried to reach out throughout the entire season to my intern. Hey, I can bring him back out if you want. AK, he was looking for free tickets.
free tickets.
Gosh, the getup he put on right before we went on the field too. What is going on? Put on what are they? Rain boots, suspenders. Like this guy is probably, I'm not trying to be mean, 70-ish.
Yeah.
Say that? Would you say?
Oh yeah,
Jerry?
absolutely. And wasn't he a rodeo clown or something?
Maybe
along
he
those
looked
lines? Yeah.
like it when he brought his quote fainting unquote goats, when actuality they were just goats. Not a single faint, but they just sure did poop a lot on the concourse.
And unlike the llamas, they didn't.
They didn't do their job.
The chaos that didn't.
They didn't
ensue.
understand the assignment.
They're not driving no cars nowhere. The class.
No, they really aren't, because David had to go pick him up and bring him here.
What if they fainted while they were driving? Just crash.
Just thinking about that story. And then my two game day interns had to drive Jerry and the goats back to the farm in like the 7th inning of the game. And this was not, it was in Richfield. That's like half hour-ish.
No, that was under Lakeville.
It was super further. Prior Lake.
Prior Lake.
Something like this. My interns, I think I gave both of them like $25 cup gift cards or something like that. Like, I am so sorry. Thank you so much.
The only time in my 4 seasons here where I was like, I can't deal with this right now. I got other stuff to do. Can you please have?
Oh, gosh.
The class trip to CHS Field was completely ruined by blank. So with Education Day here, how would you...
The sun? I don't know. Just makes me think of day games.
Every time we have a Education Day, and that's when all the schools come, it's usually preseason. This year it's actually going to be a regular season game. Everyone leaves by the 7th.
Oh, for sure. It's like it sounds like a wave pool in here until all the buses come, and then we have to make all the announcements. Oakdale,
the bus 3 is leaving. Please, if you're in this.
That's so true. I just get all my texts, one after another. Can you announce this one? Can you announce this one? The story though about
There we go.
Game day, Education Day, or like YMCA days. We usually do that too. There was one year we had to do a YMCA day on not a Saints game. Like I think it was 2017, and we brought in like local like amateur teams. I think we put one of the teams in Saints like old jerseys, and one other team I think we just told them like you're like an all-star team, whatever. And I'm not kidding, right behind promo there was a little girl. She made a sign for that game, and it was like, let's go Saints. So granted, none of these kids knew that it wasn't actual Saints players, but man, they were watching not so great baseball and didn't even care, but they were chanting "Let's go Saints," and it was just like, these aren't the Saints. Oh man, I remember that. Oof.
Kids are dumb.
I know. Dumb and drunk.
I'm going on a cleanse this week. Nothing but kale juice and blank. I don't know why that's
Vinegar beer.
Vinegar
Will you
beer.
Beal?
Will you
Bail.
Beal?
I don't know. Cleanse?
Cleanse.
I'm not eating anything at the ballpark.
What's your favorite thing to eat here, if you have something?
I don't know. Yeah, what would I always get? The turkey sandwich.
Okay.
Because it's fine. Like, it's not going to ruin your body. It's just deli meat. Yeah, that one's okay. Or a nice Von Hansen's brat is okay too.
Yeah.
I don't eat a ton, but you're not going to get me to eat any of the fried stuff. That just weighs you down.
Yeah, when we share curds, that's a good way to go.
That's a 1 or 2 curds.
Exactly.
Give the rest away.
I've said it before. I won't eat before a game because it just doesn't metabolize well,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just feel down. But sometimes by the 7th or 8th inning, I'm like, if I don't get something in me right now, I'm gonna get really So that's when I have my hot dog, but I don't want to have those.
They say you're sharper when you're like hungry.
Hangry?
Well, not hangry though. But I'm the same way. I don't eat before the game. And then, by mid to late game, I'm like, okay, I'm ready for dinner.
I've got half a shared beer in me. I got to get something in my stomach.
Or I just want to chug the beer because then I at least fill my belly up a little bit.
Going back to announcing, one of the coaches came up to me. They're like, oh, we saw you at the Saints this summer. I was like, oh, that's great. Did you say hi? They're like, no.
Wait, coaches?
Swim coaches, going back to the swim meet.
I got you.
And it was, and I don't tell people what I do. I just
Really?
Yeah, this is their thing, and they're like, oh, this makes sense that you know how to announce. And he goes, yeah, it was fun, but I waited in line for a half hour for beer. I was like, I'm sorry,
I know,
I know
that's not us,
that's
though.
not us, but I will pass that along.
But I will say, PSC, I mean, they face the same struggles that the whole restaurant industry is still facing.
Absolutely.
You can't find workers.
Nope.
Nobody wants to work anymore. I think my lizard in my throat wants to come out.
So like there's a velociraptor behind me on that one.
What? That was like a baby one.
Just a baby velociraptor. Just once, I'd like to hear you say, thanks, Sierra. Thanks for blank.
Nothing.
Thanks for nothing.
I don't know. Man.
Just once, I'd like to hear.
I don't know. I wouldn't even say that it has to do with our PA announcers because you take care of them more than I do. You go fill up their water bottle.
Gotta take care of them.
I just ask if they need reeds. That's about it.
MILB guidelines now prohibit blank at ball games.
Baseball.
There we go. What's that sound?
What is going on with my throat? I'm drinking. It's not even carbonated. It's magnesium, actually.
That's the exact color of the Pocari Sweat, by the way, that I gave you.
Yes, it is.
All right.
What did you say?
I think you answered it. What's that sound?
Sego singing. Sego warming up down in the entertainment locker room.
We cleaned it out, and there was a lot of what's going to happen? I'm like, I don't know. I know we're gonna lose a couple lockers, and this is the way
It's reshaping the room a little bit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Trying to wonder, are they going to keep showers? Are they going to keep the toilets?
I think so.
Okay. These are all questions that were asked.
But if you think about it, from what I was told, think of the usher or the umpire room. It's just going to need to come this way a little bit more into the entertainment room. So you're just losing maybe a corner.
Yeah. So I was hoping they'd take 2 random lockers out. It was this weird path that someone would have to walk around while we were in there. Introducing extreme baseball. It's like baseball, but with
Swords. I don't know.
That's it.
That was a bad one.
What's that smell?
Moldy buns.
Moldy buns. I will say one of the funniest
But also
things.
that also reminds me of Gina. When we moved into... Let me explain. When we moved to CHS Field, now we are very sustainable. We have a composting garbage, a recycling, and a garbage. And majority of things should be thrown away. I saw that.
I didn't want to make the noise. I didn't want to upstage your...
Most things should be compostable, unless it's not. Gina, we had to go through training of what goes in the recycling. Think of Recycling Cowboy, but we had to do it before even Recycling Cowboy was a thing. What goes in the garbage and what's compostable. And I don't know why this didn't resonate in her mind, because when you throw something in the compost, bucket, it's the same thing as throwing it in the trash bucket, right? It's just, are you putting in the green one or the black one? But her first words about, having compost green trash cans here, is it gonna be stinky? That was her response to the entire room. Again, I don't know why you don't think, like, it's the same thing of throwing it in the garbage. It's just now you're throwing it in green garbage because it's compostable. But she thought if you threw away all your food in the green one, because that's where you throw your food.
It'd be stinkier than just regularly throw it in,
but
in the garbage.
That's one of the things that one of the Gina quotes that some of us say just randomly. Is it gonna be stinky?
It was fun to watch the rotating new Saints players this year realize that there was a pig pen just to their right.
That's very stinky.
And some days,
yeah,
whoo,
ripe.
It is ripe. All right. They said we were crazy. They said that we couldn't put blank inside a blank. They were wrong. We couldn't put...
This isn't funny.
It's not funny, but will you bail?
We put, that actually, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking we put bottles in a t-shirt gun and shot them.
I loved that promo. I loved that promo, but more so
such
because
a blank stare that you gave me.
It was so... No, I would watch the bottles, but I would also watch everyone run on the field.
Yeah.
Trying to catch the bottles as well. That was always fun. What do you think? Money grows on trees? The Saints aren't paying for blank.
I really wanted to say shit right there.
And paying for...
I don't know.
Okay.
That was bad.
I can't... I've just... That's...
I feel like there's a lot of things the Saints wouldn't pay for.
Hey, Lee... Why is Sierra crying?
I hope it's because I'm laughing.
There we go. That's a great answer. All right. I drink to forget blank.
Some of Josh's on-field promotions.
Oh! What gives me uncontrollable gas?
Will you bail?
Will you bail? There we go. I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure what you're suffering from is called blank.
I don't know. FOMO. That's not a funny answer. Do you have a good answer?
It made me think of that one fan who was like, I'm here to watch a baseball.
Yeah.
What you're suffering from is...
Assholeness?
Stick up the ass of this. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I got 99 problems, but blank ain't one.
Sago.
Why can't Sierra sleep at night?
Promo nightmare. Like, this is getting real. Leading up to the season, I wake up in the middle of the night all the time because I'm dreaming about, like, promos, what I still have to do before opening day, all of it.
So, like a server nightmare.
Oh, yes.
Do you have those anymore? Did you ever have those?
Server?
Yeah.
I don't have them anymore. I used to, for sure, all the time.
Yeah.
Or, like, have you got home from a shift and you're laying down in bed and you're about to go to sleep and all of a sudden you jolt up because you're like, oh, I forgot to ask no onions on their nachos. And you're just like, then you feel bad and you're like, they didn't even say anything to me. Rawr.
Last Tuesday, I went in for regular acupuncture, not the kind where cats jump on top of you.
Cat puncture.
And I fell asleep on my stomach, so my hands were over my head.
You fell asleep?
I dozed off real quick. And I jerked up. I was like,
because you thought a cat was going to be on you.
Because I thought I hit snooze and I overslept and I had to get my kids to school. So as I did this, I could feel every needle in my shoulder kind of like jerking up. Why do I hurt all over? From cats impaling me.
Because you put the T-Rex costume on and Chef tackled you.
I did hurt my wrist really bad this season because once you're airborne, you have no idea where the ground is.
There was one time I was holding, when Paula Bunyan doesn't work, I hold the hula hoop. Apparently, when she does work, it's all her. Shout out to Paula because I know she listens to this every once in a while. But we love you. Yeah, I was holding the hula hoop and there was a part of your actual body, not just the T-Rex body, but your actual body caught the hoop, and it like ripped my shoulder out of its socket.
Oh.
It was 4th of July, actually. I was like, oh my God. But do it for the bit. Got the laugh.
I will say, for a little 50-year-old guy, I get some good air on that thing.
Oh God, now I kind of want to try.
It's a ton of fun. It really is.
We should do like a track and field instead of, I like getting the one ready, but if we have two, like a long jump, a high jump, and like
Could you imagine?
what's another one?
Just
A
hurdles?
sprint. Oh
That'd
man,
be great. We only have two because the last game that we used it for, it gave out. It's like I'm not going to do this anymore. So if we're
I feel like we threw a lot of things away at the end of the season.
they were beyond repair. I mean, there's the sumo costumes.
Yeah.
They're like in disrepair, but they're like cute disrepair. We can get away with it, but there's only so much duct tape you can put on a vinyl dinosaur. Where
Yeah,
it's like,
those are cheap anyways, aren't they?
Yeah, they're pretty inexpensive, so we can get those. By the way, I saw those AliExpress sumo costumes because I was helping you look for some, and those look suspect.
Right?
If you look at them, they're like, oh, they're the same size, and then I was like, that's not going to work, not for what we do.
I know. That's
We-
why I get nervous.
I want people to go airborne in those things.
I want them to barely be able to move too, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing about, we did cow sumo, which in theory was supposed to be funny because it's cow suits. Well, it's sumo suits that look like cows, and they have udders and everything, and it was supposed to be sumo wrestling.
Your hand gestures during that
I know.
entire thing were fantastic.
But it was called cow tipping. Tip over a cow, whatever. CHS was the sponsor. You could move your legs too much. And so the fact that you could be too, like, more mobile, it wasn't funny because it was actually now just like wrestling.
What if we tied their legs together so they were hopping cows and if they fall down?
A three-legged race. Now I just have a different thing.
Yeah. But we can we'll talk about this off.
Oh, okay, cool.
Here we go. Why am I sticky?
Because it's 89 degrees and I'm not allowed to wear shorts unless it's 90.
We've just poured chocolate sauce all over everything. It's every season. I keep saying to myself, we have to come up with some sort of cleanup plan after our food or wacky promos that we do. But 9 times out of 10, it's like, that's done. We got to be in right field now.
Yeah.
And it becomes an afterthought. So I'm sorry, Sierra and Josh. I couldn't get to work on time because of blank. I know there's the initial.
Well, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
I could call out a lot of entertainers right now.
We're just gonna leave it at that. So that was a lot of fun.
I've been told a lot by game day interns because they have car trouble. I paid for it and game day interns Uber because we had it was towards the end of the season, had no interns already working, and then her car wouldn't start. I was like, I will pay for your Uber if you come in. And she did.
That's nice.
Yeah. And then another, I think, game day intern gave her a ride home.
When I lived in Woodbury, I got a job at Video Update, which is no longer there.
I actually know what those are.
Yeah, but it was right by the Barnes & Noble and the MGM Liquor, so in between that and Tamarack Village, if you know where that's at. And my first day was New Year's Eve, and it was like -20 that morning. So my car wouldn't start. I'm like, I'm so sorry. There's no way. We're going to come get you. And they came to get me.
No kidding.
Because they did not want to work New Year's Eve, and they spent so much time arranging whoever I was working with to bring me home at midnight. Because Video Update they stayed open till midnight every single day of the year.
Ugh.
And they don't.
Look at where they are now. They should have gotten the streaming business.
Exactly. So that's.
I want to say Kelly Hagenson, her first day that she was supposed to work, her car wouldn't start. So she missed her first day. So everyone made a joke to Scott Bush, who's the one that hired her, because the person who had Kelly's job previously, hopefully she doesn't listen to this, was a little bit of a dud. And so the fact that we hired a new graphic designer and the first day she's not showing up, oh, good one, Scott. Like, maybe you should not be in charge of hiring this person, but it was all good.
That is the worst feeling when things are out of your control.
I
and
know.
You want to apologize. You're like, this isn't me.
Kelly worked out great. She was awesome. Stayed with the Saints for, oh gosh, I don't even know, 5-6 years. But
Kelly's also one of those that she'll just show up at a game And she'll smile at you, and you're like, the game just got about 25% better.
Yeah.
This is good. 100% better. I'm not gonna lowball that one. 100% better there. All right, what do we got going on this week?
Lots of interviews, and oh my gosh, their season starts in 3 months. We've already talked about this. We need a schedule. I'm ordering a lot of giveaways. Working on a season ticket holder gift that I can't say. I'd rather it be a surprise when they get it.
Okay.
In case any of them do listen to this. But designing those with Rob at the moment, like me and Rob are pretty tight right now. We got a lot of stuff going on. Trying to get some videos done with Joey and some scripts that you and Lee have been working on. And I know Joey and Allie have been working on and brainstorming different stuff. We are busy AF right now. There's literally, it's like, when you're in college, and it's not like you're studying the whole time, but you could be because there's that much material for, like, say you have 5 classes. There are every moment of the day you could be reading or studying to make sure that you get a better score on that test. That's what this is right now. There's always something you should be doing or could be doing. It's just how far in advance do you want to work?
Exactly.
And I want to try and be very far in advance, but it's not working. Did get confirmation. I think we have a good couple of promo things that are happening that I also cannot say, but confirmation from one of our favorites will be coming out to a game in August. And it's going to have a really cool giveaway tied with it. So very, very excited.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah. So, well, you're going to have to wait because not till August.
No, I can't wait for you to tell me.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm not going to tell you either.
Why?
Oh, okay. Because what if you tell our audience?
I'm not going to say anything.
Are you sure?
You know me, I can't remember anything. I have a memory like a goldfish. Like, you're supposed to turn there on left. The goldfish wouldn't remember. They have a 3-second memory. I don't know why they're driving.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, if they don't remember anything, how do they remember how to drive?
Little Uber drivers. Where are we going? Okay, great. Wait, where are we going? Gotcha. Hey, someone's in my car.
Hey, I'm Paul. What's your name?
Hey, what's your name?
Hey, what's your name? Oh, but also, we talked about it this morning, but then it also brought up in my brain, we should probably do one for her too. Bob Saget.
Oh, I know.
We should do. Yeah, I didn't he was involved in so many things, but then you forgot about all of it. And I think we need to have a night for him.
Absolutely.
I really do think so. And then Betty White.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. So it's just something to think about. I was a kid that I watched Full House each episode 5 times. That was like the show I watched as a kid.
And then did you watch America's Funniest Home Videos?
I sure did.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was in Entourage, and yeah, just that one hurt. That one was a little like, dang, really?
If you can ever watch the movie The Aristocrats.
Is it the cartoon one?
No, that's the Disney Aristocats.
Aristocats.
There's a joke called Aristocrats, and everyone has their own version of the joke. And Bob Saget's, is so foul and so filthy that you're like,
that's what you hear,
whoa.
that he's a little bit a dirty comedian, and I'm not gonna lie, kind of like that.
He knew his audience, and
Yeah.
I think that's really important. So
Do we know our audience?
no,
I want to see how many times I can say audience.
audience, our oddcast audience.
Yes, we all oddcasts.
I'm Joshua Wilt.
And I am Sierra Bailey.
If you enjoyed what you heard, please subscribe, share, comment, a little bit of feedback. I don't know, call in. My friend Big Jim Robinson's been doing that.
Please, can we get somebody else to call in?
We'll let you know next time, or if you're listening, give us.
We'll put out a tweet.
We'll put out a tweet.
Maybe not. Maybe we'll just email one person and be like, hey, can you pretend to call in?
We have to end. I've been holding back a burp. For
Oh my God,
20
do it.
minutes
Just
now.
do it. Why not?
Now I
Let
can't.
it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Nope.
Yep.
Not gonna do it.
You got glitter in your throat? Bye.
It's not strange, both things are rearranged, no one to blame. It's all for the fun of the game.